Super zoom! Ah! Hey guys, so today I'm here. I'm going to show you a quick little look that you can do for a date night or night out or just any reason you're looking for a little smoky eye. Alright, so stay tuned, watch this video if you're interested, and let's see what we got. Okay, so you guys are moved in a little bit closer. My hair is pulled back and we're going to get started on this date night look. First thing I'm going to do, primer. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Apply a little bit of that and I'm going to focus it on my T-zone area. So next I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to be using the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. I can't do both eyes at the same time. Some people are good like that. Not coordinated enough. Face is primed, primer is set in. I'm a little bit tacky here, my eyes as well. First thing I'm going to start on today are my eyes. Today we're going to be using the Carli Bybel palette. This is the Deluxe edition. I like this one a little bit better than the original one because you get these extra highlighters in it. I love these highlighters. I'm going to take this nice deep cream color shadow. I'm going to take that and I'm going to tap off my excess. And I'm going to brush this right over my lid. So next what we're going to do after we lay down our base shadow is we're going to go in with our transition color. So I'm going to use this color here, that one there. So it's a nice taupey color. Okay, so when you put your transition shadow on, you're going to lay it at the outer corner because wherever you put your brush first is where you're going to get the deepest amount of pigmentation from your shadow. So always put it at the outer corner first and then bring it in. Okay, so we put our base shadow down, we put our transition shadow down. What I want to do next is apply an actual crease color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this color here. Get some color on that brush. Tap off my excess. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this brush right in my eyelid fold here. Has my phone been going off this entire time? And I haven't noticed it at all. Don't like that. What am I doing? So what I'm going to do next, we are going to lay down the outer darker colors. So what I'm going to use is this color here. I'm going to apply this color in my outer V. What I think I'm going to use, I think I'm going to go in with this color here in this palette, right there. And what I'm going to do, where's my brush? I am going to take basically a concealer brush. This is the Ofra 11 brush. This Ofra 11 brush can be used basically for concealer, for packing shadows, for anything that you really need a little bit of detail work for. Alright, so I'm going to wet this packing brush before I dip it into the shimmer shadow. By wetting it, you're really going to increase the pigmentation of the shimmer and really truly get a nice shimmery look. What I am going to do now is go back in with that darker color that we used in the outer portion of our eyes, very lightly, and just blend it in with the shimmer. Just when you think we're done, we're not done with the upper lid yet. I'm going to go back in with that kind of like mauvish colored shade that we went in, with that darker crease color, and I'm going again to go back in at the crease and then blend all those edges together. So eye look is done. What I'm going to do is just clean up these edges here so we get a nice sharp line. Okay, so for my face, I do have a lot of redness and texture in my face right now. So the primer was going to help me with at least the texture a little bit and help smooth everything out, make it nice and even to put it on the foundation. But this redness, it's pretty bad. Not going to lie, it's pretty bad. So I'm going to actually take a color corrector, and I'm going to color correct today. So using my fingers, they are the best makeup tool you have. I'm just very lightly dab a little bit of this green on all my spots that need the coverage. Alright, so I have my color correcting green down, and you can tell that I put it on very lightly, and I very carefully just kind of feathered out the edges of the green. So color corrected all of the red spots. I'm going to just color correct slightly underneath my eyes. What I used to color correct is this salmon color right here. You don't want to see that. And the palette that I am using to color correct is from Makeup Revolution. This is their Ultra something, I don't know, the words wore off, color correcting palette. I like this one. So my color correcting is down. I don't want to basically disturb these layers. So what I'm going to do when I put my foundation on, just be a little aware that you have your color corrector down, and be careful not to smudge it or smear it or just swirl it all over your face. Don't do it. Right. So for foundation today, because I do have all of these spots on my face that I want to cover up, I want a full coverage foundation. I'm going in with is the Milani 2-in-1 Correct and Conceal foundation. I love this foundation. Okay. So I like to just dot the foundation across my face as I do this, and then I stipple it just to kind of place it where I want it. And then I'm going to go in, and now I'm going to buff the product into my skin. I've applied the foundation to my skin, but I still have a couple of spots that need a little bit of coverage. So what I'm going to do is now go in with a concealer. I like the WetnWild PhotoFocus concealer. So you're going to take this concealer and have it match your skin tone. This is not a case where you want it to be lighter than your skin tone or darker. You're not highlighting, you're not trying to contour, you're trying to conceal. So I'm just going to take this and dab this very thinly on the spots that need a little more coverage. I'm very carefully going to take my buffing brush and just stipple the concealer right over it. Okay, so now it is time to conceal the under eyes. This spot is driving me nuts. I hate this. I want to put like an eye patch that's this big over the side of my face. We're going to conceal under the eyes. What I'm going to use, Tarte Shape Tape. So now, I have a trick with this. I have really dark circles under my eyes. So what I do is I use two different colors of Shape Tape. I use both lighter than my skin tone. I use a little bit of a darker one to go in really as my main highlighting shade. I can never get that line straight. Now, under my eyes, I take the lighter color and I dot it in between the darker color. But I focus it only in the half moon portion of my eye. So now for the concealer step, I do use a beauty blender for this. Okay, so that's set. What I'm going to do is, before this concealer has a chance to crease on me, make sure that my concealer is all blended out, that there's no creases in it. Take your beauty blender. I'm just going to dip it in to my powder. And just like this, set my under eye. Okay, so when my under eye is setting, I'm basically baking it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my cream contour stick and contour my cheeks, my forehead, under my lip. sides of my nose. So you can see I kind of stopped my cream product right there because I have powder there. I don't want the two to mix. I don't. I'm going to take my blending brush again, and I'm just going to blend this out. Okay, so my contour is done. What I'm going to do now, use a nice big fluffy brush and just wipe away any of that excess powder. Next step, we are going to bronze the face. I want to warm up this translucent vampire skin that I have with some kind of bronzer. Make it look like I do see some sun every once in a while. So what I'm going to use is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This bronzer, oh my god guys, I am in love with this bronzer. It's the first thing I've actually hit pan on in, I can't remember when. Okay, so I'm going to warm the perimeter of my face, cheekbones, anywhere the sun would naturally hit you. That's where you want to bronze. I like to just go down the neck with it too a little bit. That way I can kind of even out my face and my neck if for some reason I feel like it's a little off. Alright, so for blush today I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever 3-piece palette that I put together. This blush here is color B204. The color on this is definitely buildable. So majority of the face is done. The only thing we haven't done yet is highlighter, which is okay, we're going to do that last. What I'm going to do next is finish out my eye. I'm going to go to my bottom lash line and finish that. So we're going to dip back into this Carli Bybel palette. Bybel? I don't know how to say her last name, but I like her palette. So I'm going to lay down one solid color straight across the bottom basically. What I'm going to use, I'm going to dip back into her palette again. I'm going to use this coppery brown color here. I'm going to lay that color along the bottom lash line. Alright, so whenever you're doing your top lid first and your bottom lid like later on, always make sure you remember to actually join your bottom lid to your top lid. So when I'm going in with the shadow, I'm not just going to like stop right at the edge. Bring it up and in to your upper shadow. That's why you got that whole thing going. So bring it into it. Don't just leave it kind of hanging on its own. We have that smoky, that like kind of brownish, orangish, bronzy, I guess, I don't know, smoke color there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat top brush like this. I'm going to mix that dark, deep, brownish, reddish purple color and the brown from the palette together. Get just the top of that brush coated. And I'm going to take this now, I'm going to push this into the outer half of my lower lash line. So this is going to help create some kind of depth, dimension to that lower lash line. So now again what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another color if we didn't have enough yet. Alright, so now I'm going to take this color here. It's like a bronzy shimmery, it's kind of sheer color. I'm going to take a different pencil brush, get that shimmer shadow on it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it right all through the outside. Very slightly blend it with that darker brown, brownish purple color that we put down on the lower lash line. Now, for the final shadow. It's not a shadow, actually. See that? That right there? That white highlighter? We're using that. I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners. Okay, yes. I know we're at a different camera angle now. I'm sorry. I had a child interruption. Hopefully you can see the look a little better. Yeah, maybe? Hopefully. You're closer. Okay, so I highlighted the inner corners of my eyes. with that white highlighter from the palette. Yes, it's intense. Yes, it is a lot. It's okay. I just use my fingers to blend the edges of that into the rest of my shadow. So you'll see, nice and blended. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is put on some mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Yes, there is a reason that everybody is talking about this mascara. I'm going to put this on now. Don't make fun of my face. Don't. Don't make fun of my face. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go line the top lid of my eye very thinly with black eyeliner and apply my eyelashes, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I did my lashes, my liner, and I lied, I did my brows too. Don't be mad. So for the black liquid liner, I love using felt tip liners, felt tip liquid liners. So what I use, I just got liner all over my hand. Well, in that case, I use the NYX Cosmetics TwoTimer liner. I love this felt tip liner. Love it. The NYX felt tip liners I feel are one of the better ones that are out there right now. I put it on, I allow it to dry down, and it doesn't transfer onto my upper lid area. I love it. Alright, so the fun part now. We are going to highlight. So now, this is technically kind of, sort of, date night look. I don't want to blind my husband. I love him. I love his beautiful blue eyes. I don't want to blind them. So I'm going to go in with that little 3 palette that I made up for Makeup Forever, and I'm going to use the highlighter shade from that. You see that? That highlighter is shade H102. I like this highlighter because it is a very natural light highlighter. It's there, it highlights, but it is not going to blind you at all. So now, the final step. Ta-da! Setting spray. I'm going to be using the Morphe Prep and Set just to set my makeup. For me, I don't like heavy lipsticks. It's never been my thing. So what I have been into lately, really into lately, are actually lip oils. So I have a small sample that I'm probably going to go and buy the full one of this. This is a Clarins Lip Oil in the shade Candy. This is my date night look. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me. If you liked this, if you hated it, if you think I'm a train wreck, like this video and subscribe down below. That big red box. There's a little bell next to it. You can hit that. You'll get notified when I put a video up and I make a total fool of myself. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you can hear my children screaming through the walls right now, I'll start screaming. Smile for the cameras.
But one more thing. But why do you have it like this? So no one can see your makeup?
I'm hiding my makeup from the world. It's my secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Yeah.
It's not funny, go to bed.
No, yeah, it's not funny.
Oh, hello. I'm going to eat you.
Why? You don't have
Guess
to
what?
be too hard.
Guess what? I love you so much.
Mommy, and I, listen, you have to be too hard.
I hugged you too hard. I just love you too much. I love you so much.